Good morning, children. Welcome. Before starting the next lesson, before continuing the class, let us discuss this gardener's question answers first. It's left off, no? That's why. Comprehension part. What qualities of the old man impressed the narrator? What qualities of the old man impressed the narrator? So, in explanation, it's there. His look and appearance. His look and appearance. His look and appearance influence the narrator. If they asked for 4 marks, you can write like this. He was standing a coconut grove near Indraprastha. His eyes were suffused with strange memories and native intelligence. A tall figure, hair gone grey, a long beak-like nose and strong muscular arms. In one hand, a spade used to tend coconut trees, a newspaper under his arm. He was a laborer, overseer and philosopher, all rolled into one. That much you have to write. But remember, if it is asked for 1 mark question, comprehension 1, in first main, then his look and appearance is enough. Got it? Long answers are not needed for first main. Remember that very, very well. Long answers are not needed for first main. It should be answered in a word, phrase or sentence each. Next. Second question. Is it significant factor that the old man came to the garden after walking hundreds of miles? Yes, it's significant. That's enough for this answer. But if I asked why? Because he was old enough, wanted to change the lifestyle and forget his present experience and to change his lifestyle. So, yes, here that much you need not write. Yes, that's enough. Yes, or if you want, yes, it's significant. That's enough. Next, the owner of the garden became lethargic because lethargic means slow or lazy. While teaching, I told the meaning. I don't know whether you have noticed and wrote in the textbook or not, but lethargic means slow and lazy. The owner of the garden became lethargic because the income of the garden improved dramatically. To a certain extent, it's right, but let us search. He had become dependent upon the gardener. There was nothing much left for the owner to do. Even C also correct. He had become dependent upon the gardener. That is the perfect answer. For everything, gardener was handling, no. Everything, each and every matter, gardener was handling. So he need not worry at all. There was normally such questions. One answer will be wrong, another answer will be very close to the answer, and one answer will be right if 3 options. If 4 options are there, then one answer is completely wrong, one is okay, another is nearer to the question, correct answer, but only one will be the right answer. So choose the right answer. There is the expectation, but you had to choose the perfect one. Got it? You had to choose the perfect one. Why did the owner's wife start worrying about the strange ways of her husband? Why did the owner's wife start worrying about the strange ways of her husband? For this 4 marks question, you can write how the old man was, after the arrival of the old man, the petty thefts in the garden came to an end. The income from the garden improved dramatically. Worrying about the strange ways. She worried because, being lethargic, her husband acquired more friends in the next town and an equal number in his own village, and also her life was going out of her hand. As the income increased, her life was going out of her hand. That's enough. Although the income of the land increased, her life was going out of her hand. That's why she worried. One sentence. When did the old man decide to narrate his story? When he found that the owner's wife was in a fix to decide whether the arrival of the owner is good or bad. The old man started to narrate the story. When he noticed, the answer is, when he noticed that the owner's wife was in a fix to decide whether the arrival of the old man was for good or bad. That's enough. It's a phrase. First main, no? Yes. Tamanna considered his rival Sangoji or Basavaya an important possession because competition helps in the development of an individual. Sangoji leads a more colorful life. Rivalry offers new possibilities of life for him. Yes, A is nearer to the answer. Second one is B is completely wrong. C is the perfect answer. Again. No, his name was not Sangoji, but Basavaya, told the old man, because he had really forgot the name. No. He wanted to keep the identity of his rival as a secret. To some extent, yes. He was fictionalizing his past. Yes, he was fictionalizing his past. That's why, what is fictionalizing? To make a story of a real event with little change. Fictionalizing means making a story of a real event with a little change. So that little change, he wanted to change the name. That's why. What unique strategy was evolved by Tamanna to annihilate Basavaya completely? What unique strategy was evolved by Tamanna to annihilate Basavaya completely? What's that? Yeah. The unique strategy was to compose ballads. No? Yeah. To compose all his experience in the form of ballads and singing them. To compose all his experiences in the form of ballads and singing them. Experiences with Basavaya. Experiences with Basavaya and singing in the form of singing those ballads. Next. Why does Basavaya start inviting scholars and musicians to his place? Although he built a palatial mansion, it looked so empty. The scholars, the people who visited the building or the house, told that the house looked empty without Tamanna's book. So he started to invite scholars and musicians. Although his mansion was richly decorated, the visitors told that it looked empty without Tamanna's books. Although his palatial mansion was richly decorated, the visitors told that it looked empty without Tamanna's books. So he invited. So he invited is not needed. Why? It becomes two sentences. Yes. What was Basavayya's ray of hope in his attempt to outwit Tamanna's ill health? Tamanna's ill health was Basavayya's ray of hope in his attempt to outwit him. Tamanna decides to give up everything and leave the place because he sees no purpose in living there. No. He wants to put an end to the rivalry. No. He wants to create an impression that he is dead. Right. Perfect. So B is the perfect answer. Tamanna forgets his songs and ballads because he finds them futile. Futile means waste. He doesn't need them anymore. He avenges himself. Second, he doesn't need them anymore. What does it mean? B is the right answer, but what does it mean? Because he started to compose these ballads just in the, to quarrel or to make the Basabek, that his rivalry Basavayya, to annihilate Basavayya completely. When Basavayya himself is no more, then what is the use of these ballads, composing these ballads and all? So he doesn't need them anymore. B is the answer. Did you notice your answers? Yes. While we discuss the comprehension, better to open the textbook itself, because for first main you can just write the answers there itself in the text itself. Okay. How did the owner's life change after the arrival of the old man? Is not this his direct question? Of course. How did the owner's life change after the arrival of the old man? Let us see how. The old man was really useful. Page number 60, second paragraph, third line. Instead of he, use the old man. The old man was really useful. The old man was really useful. He was well versed in agriculture. He could understand the problems of the workers. The petty thefts in the garden came to an end. The income of the garden improved dramatically. There was a perceptible change in the lifestyle of the owner. Here the question is, owner's life change. Okay. So, the plantation expanded, but the owner became lethargic and shied away from hard work. From the here enough, the owner became from there. Although the income from the garden improved dramatically, or as it's better, as the income from the garden improved dramatically, the owner became lethargic and shied away from hard work. His wealth and social prestige had risen higher. One sentence you have to leave off. See, his wife found all this very strange. No, that's not needed. She found it hard to decide whether the old man's arrival was for the better or for the worse. That also not needed. Avoid that two sentences and then continue. Instead of her husband, use he. His wealth and social prestige had risen higher. He acquired a number of friends in the next town and an equal number in his own village. Even though he had precious little to do, his life became crowded with colorful events. He started few adultery and umpteen otherwise activities cultivated lately. That much you have to write. Got it? Should I repeat? As the income from the plantation increased, the owner became lethargic and shielded away from hard work. His wealth and social prestige had risen higher. He acquired a number of friends in the next town and an equal number in his own village. Even though he had precious little to do, his life became crowded with colorful events. He cultivated some adultery and umpteen otherwise activities which were cultivated lately. That much you have to write. That's enough. What advice did the supporters of Tamanna give for getting his land back? Yes, page number 61, last paragraph, second sentence. Tamanna was advised by his supporters about the various means available for getting back his land. From there only you have to start. For 4 marks question, don't write the full story. There was court of law. One could also take recourse to the police if he did not want that. There were many number of persons ready to attack Basavaya. Such a war had become virtually inevitable. Only that much is enough. Only that much is enough. Don't write unnecessary points for 4 marks. Unnecessary lessons. Where to start from, where to end. You have to know it very well. Unless you know it, you won't get 4 marks for that main. Very few students got 4 marks for one or two questions. That's it. Not more than that. Just because of that. The problem is you know the answers but you don't know where to start from and where to end it. So if not, unnecessary points will overcrowd in the answer and the evaluator had to search for the answers, points. No, it should not happen. Always these 4 marks questions will be evaluated as 2 marks for the points, 1 mark for the grammar, 2 marks for the points, 1 mark for the grammar and 1 mark for the arrangement, sentences. So like that it will be, and the sentence also will be jumbling and the order of the sentences won't be right. Grammatically it may be wrong, points also not in a sequence. Naturally you won't get marks. How did Tamanna react to Basavaya's encroachment of his land? How did Tamanna react to Basavaya's encroachment of his land? So here, when Basavaya encroached 200 acres of his land forcibly, there onwards you have to start. When Basavaya started to encroach 200 acres of Tamanna's land forcibly, Tamanna was advised by his supporters about the various means available for getting back his land. There was court of law. One could also take recourse to the police if he never wanted it. There were many number of persons ready to attack Basavaya. But next, such a war had become virtually inevitably is not needed. But Tamanna was in search of a method that could annihilate Basavaya completely. He hit upon the idea of composing all his experiences in the form of ballads and singing them. That's enough. Stop there the answers. Got it? Next. How did Basavaya try to overcome his humiliation? Basavaya tried to sing, but he couldn't. he performed his agricultural tasks more diligently. Basavaya also tried to sing, but he couldn't. That if you write also, it's okay. If you didn't